What happens when the line between reality and fantasy blurs beyond recognition? Welcome to 8-Minute Masterpieces, where we turn classic literature into bite-sized experiences. Today we explore Don Quixote by Miguel de Cervantes, a tale of one man's quest to revive the age of knights in a world that's long moved on. Keep watching as we unravel this captivating story of misadventures, where dreams clash with reality, and find out what it means to pursue a vision that others might call madness. Along the way, we'll dive deep into the characters, their struggles, and how this 17th century tale still speaks to us today. Our story begins in the sun-soaked region of La Mancha, where Alonso Quijano, an aging man, becomes obsessed with tales of knights, chivalry, and heroic quests. Consumed by these stories, Quijano reimagines himself as a knight-errant, renaming himself Don Quixote. Armed with outdated armor, he sets off on a quest to revive the age of knighthood, bringing justice to the world. He recruits a simple farmer, Sancho, as his loyal squire. Together, they embark on an adventure filled with grand delusions, like tilting at windmills, which Don Quixote mistakes for giant enemies. Their bond is unique. Quixote's imagination is limitless, while Sancho's feet are firmly on the ground. But how long can one man's imagination stand against the cold, hard truth of the world? Keep watching to find out. At its core, Don Quixote grapples with themes of idealism, the power of illusion, and the harshness of reality. Don Quixote's quest for knightly honor is noble in its intention, but misguided in its execution, as the world he seeks to fix no longer plays by the rules of chivalry. The central conflict revolves around his internal struggle. Can he reshape reality to fit his dreams, or will reality ultimately shatter his vision? Sancho Panza, though skeptical, follows Don Quixote out of loyalty, representing the everyman who grapples with the absurdity of his master's dreams. Despite the odds, the knight pushes forward, but can a man's will alone reshape the world? How would you react if your closest friend asked you to follow them on an impossible journey? As their adventure unfolds, Don Quixote and Sancho face numerous challenges, each illustrating the clash between fantasy and reality. From mistaking inns for castles to attacking innocent travelers whom Don Quixote sees as enemies, the knight's mind is ever more consumed by his delusions. A pivotal moment occurs when Don Quixote encounters a group of actors in a traveling play, mistaking their costumes for actual demons and monsters. Despite the increasing absurdity of his actions, Don Quixote's dedication never wavers. His conviction is a force to be reckoned with, even as the world around him continues to resist his vision. But this raises a question. Is there value in his unwavering belief, or is he merely lost in a hopeless dream? Keep watching as we dive deeper into his journey. As the story progresses, the evolution of Don Quixote and Sancho's relationship becomes central. Don Quixote's idealism rubs off on Sancho, who begins to buy into his master's vision, even as he still questions its practicality. Their dynamic becomes one of mutual dependence. Don Quixote provides the inspiration while Sancho offers a grounding presence, though he's slowly pulled into the dream world. Yet both characters evolve. Sancho grows more courageous, and Don Quixote, as his adventures fail to bring the glory he seeks, starts to doubt himself. The contrast between these two figures, one rooted in fantasy and the other in reality, forms a delicate balance that drives the story forward. What happens when those who follow a dream begin to question its merit? Reflect on your own relationships. Are there people in your life whose dreams have shaped your reality? The climax of Don Quixote comes when the knight faces his most devastating defeat. Challenged to a duel by the Knight of the White Moon, Don Quixote is forced to admit his dreams of chivalry may have been in vain. The weight of this defeat is not just physical, but emotional. Don Quixote is forced to return home, his body battered and his spirit broken. Sancho, ever loyal, remains by his side, but the dream of knighthood has ended. The once bold knight is reduced to a shadow of his former self, yet the question lingers. Was his quest truly in vain, or did he achieve something greater, something intangible, along the way? The knight's collapse poses a deeper question. What do we do when our deepest held beliefs are shattered? How would you face such a moment in your life? Though set in the early 17th century, Don Quixote speaks directly to today's world. The story's exploration of illusion versus reality is more relevant than ever in an era filled with media, narratives, and conflicting versions of truth. Don Quixote's idealism, while misguided, reflects the human desire to find meaning in a world that often seems indifferent. And Sancho Panza's loyalty highlights the complexity of human relationships, where even the most outlandish dreams can draw others in. Whether it's in politics, social media, or personal aspirations, we, like Don Quixote, chase visions that may seem unattainable. In many ways, his journey is universal. How often do we, too, chase dreams that may be beyond our reach? Consider how this classic tale still resonates with the dreams and disillusionments we face today. Don Quixote is a story of dreams, delusions, and the human spirit. Whether you see Don Quixote as a fool or a hero, his journey resonates with anyone who's ever dared to dream big. What would you do if the world saw your vision as madness? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Thanks for watching 8-Minute Masterpieces, where we turn classic literature into bite-sized experiences. Keep dreaming. Just make sure to keep one foot on the ground.